So in this video, we are going to connect our newly purchased domain to our System.io funnel. So if you are in your Squarespace account, you will see your domain here on the list. I want you to click on your domain. It's going to pull up here on the side a couple of things you want to look at. You can see your SSL certificate, if it's processing or not. You've got your domain lock, and you want to just keep this on. It just keeps anything from being altered with your domain. Then you've got your information for registration. You want to keep this privacy turned on. That prevents people looking up who owns the domain and getting your contact information. And then you've got your auto renewal down here. If you want to turn that on or off, you can do that. And then you want to click this black button that says Manage Domain Settings. That's going to get us to our DNS. So you've got pretty much the same information here. What we're going to focus on is this very small text over here in the top right corner called Edit DNS. We're going to click on that. So these are your DNS settings. Every domain provider is going to have DNS settings. It's going to look different depending on which provider you purchased from. On Squarespace, as a default, this is what it looks like when you purchase a domain. You have these Squarespace default DNS records entered in here, and the reason for that is because Squarespace wants to assume that you're going to use Squarespace to build your website. So they made it easy on you and went ahead and added all of those DNS records here so that you can build your website on Squarespace. For this video though, we're not doing that. So what you have to do before connecting your DNS, your domain, to System.io is you need to delete the defaults. So you can see the box here. There's a trash can right here. You're just going to click that. Click delete. And now we can see that this is where the custom records go, and we have no records currently. So now we're going to move over to System.io. Once you are on your dashboard, you want to hover over your picture, go to Settings, and then in the menu bar on the left, you want to go all the way down to Custom Domains. And you'll probably see that you have one custom domain here, and that is the subdomain that System.io gives you on default. And that's going to be what your funnel is assigned to until you add your own domain. So what we're going to do is we're going to add this blue button here that says Add a Domain. And we're going to go ahead and type in that domain that we purchased on Squarespace. And once you do that, you're going to hit Save. Now what you're going to see are the DNS configurations for your domain. And I know this can be a little bit daunting if you've never connected a domain before, seeing all of these letters and numbers and everything. But if you just go with me here, follow along step by step, I'm going to show you, and I'm going to go as slow and try to be as clear as possible because I want to make this as easy on you as I can. So we're going to leave this page up. What I want to make a note of first is that we have two lines here. You've got this first line and you've got this second line. These are two separate DNS records that we're going to be putting into our Squarespace domain DNS. Now, if you go back to Squarespace, I recommend having these tabs open so you can go in between. What we're going to do is we're going to see where it says custom record. We're going to add a record. And this is going to be for the first line. So for type, this is a CNAME record. So we're going to choose CNAME. And under host, we're actually going to only select everything that comes before the actual domain. So the www is what we're looking for in this scenario. So I want you to copy that www, or just remember it's www, so you can put it into your host section. So go back to Squarespace. We're going to type in www. Okay, so that's our host. Now we need to get the data, or sometimes this can be called value if you're using a different platform. So we're going to go back to System.io, and on this first line, we're going to copy all of these characters, everything here. We're going to copy it, go back to Squarespace, and we're going to paste that into the data section right here. So now we have our host, which is www, we have our CNAME, and then we have our data or our value, and we're going to hit save. Okay, so it says a custom record was saved. That is record number 1. Now we have to do that again for the second line. So while we're here, we're going to hit add a record. We're going to go ahead and choose CNAME because we know it's another CNAME. Then you'll go back to system.io. Now for this one, again, we're going to choose all of the characters that come before the actual domain. So you can see here it says behappydog.com. So that's your actual domain. We want everything that comes before that. Okay, so we're going to copy that. Only everything that comes before the domain. Then go back to Squarespace. In your host, you're going to type in or paste. You don't want to type in all these characters. Make sure you copy and paste. You're going to paste in all of those characters. And now we just need the data. So we're going to go back to system.io one last time, and we're going to copy everything on this side. So all of these characters, we'll copy that, go back to Squarespace, and we're going to paste in all of those characters there, and then you'll hit save. And that is all you have to do to connect your domain to Squarespace. Again, if you're using a different platform, this process is the same. You will create these records, both CNAMEs, the host will be www, you'll have a data or a value, you'll pull the same characters. It's the same process regardless of which platform you use, it just won't look like this page if you're not using Squarespace. So now that we have these records saved, we're going to go back to system.io. I'm going to hit this X here. Now it says pending validation. If you ever need those records again, you can just hit show instructions and that will give you this information again. I'm going to refresh the page. And then I'm going to refresh the page here just because I like everything to be fresh. So DNS records can take anywhere from 24 to 48 hours to populate and validate to your website. In my experience connecting domains, I've connected a lot of domains to different websites. It's never taken more than 30 minutes personally. So give your website some time to populate. Just keep refreshing this page and I'll show you what it looks like when it's ready and connected. But in the meantime, while we wait, I just wanted to let you know that it can take anywhere from 24 to 48 hours to connect, but it shouldn't take that long. If it's taking longer than 48 hours, what I would do is go back, check on your records, show your instructions again, and just double check that you didn't miss a character. Sometimes it can be easy to accidentally not copy a letter, or maybe you accidentally copied the beginning part of your actual domain. Those are easy things to miss, especially when we're doing this in a hurry. So do it slowly, make sure you're looking at everything carefully, but if it does take over 48 hours, the best case is for you to just go ahead and delete the records and try it again and see if that helps. Okay, so I let my domain on system.io sit overnight and now I'm logged in and I can see that it says the status is ready to use, and that means that your DNS configurations have populated and that you are good to go. Now currently you can see that the default domain is going to still be this subdomain here. All you have to do to add that green check here and make your custom domain your default is to click these 3 dots here and then mark the domain as default. And then it will be set as the default for any of the funnels you create. In the next video, I'm going to show you how to assign this domain to your funnel, so I'll see you in the next video.